And like, stop me if we've talked about this
ASMR.
before. The ASMR thing, like, it's just like that's just not a lane I've ever been into. It's in the same bracket as like gambling for me. Like, I understand that it gets some people's rocks off, but I just don't get it.
We should do like a full ASMR episode. We'll just whisper.
Yeah, I don't know. People are like, oh, doesn't it make you feel tingly? Doesn't it make you feel warm? Doesn't it make you feel good? I'm just like, no. That's what porn is for.
I don't think it's a response that everybody had. Like, I don't think everybody has that.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I feel like what it is like there's a Venn diagram, right? And the Venn diagram is people that can get off to ASMR and people that cilantro tastes like soap. And that diagram is a circle.
Mm. Do they have like cars overseas and stuff like that?
When you get way over the seas, eventually there's cars. Did you have hamsters as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to them?
Well,
Don't give him clear shot.
welcome to Clear Shots. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Dubby. You can go to dubby.gg and you get 10% off if you use our promo code. So go do that. Get some powder, get some energy, get on with your day, you know. We're here in Clear Shot Studios doing our thing, you know.
Yup. Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks removed from the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast.
It was a fun time.
I had a blast.
That was a fun one.
I'm just letting everybody know right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a blast. For all those who participated, willing, non-willing, and unaware, you guys were great. And thank you.
Yeah, democracy's crazy, huh?
Democracy worked.
Yeah.
You know, for once, is what they say. Because now, and I love this election particularly. It seems like whenever Donald Trump wins, and I revel in the defeat of the Democratic Party, a lot of people are like, they kind of realize who I am. You know,
yeah.
Which is just a guy that loves throwing wrenches.
The wrenches, yeah.
I love throwing wrenches, dude. As if I'm not absolutely fucking,
Well,
you know.
it's weird because like it feels like the Democrats, like a lot of the shit the Democrats were for is not the shit that they're for anymore. Like free speech and fucking war. Like they were always anti-war, and now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we gotta do the war.
We
stuff.
gotta just do it.
We don't want the guy that wasn't in wars. What are we talking about here?
They lost
The
the
guy that
plot.
didn't start wars.
They lost the plot with me. I'm never gonna not be mad about Bernie Sanders in 2016.
Dude, that's the biggest problem I had with this whole thing.
I'm never not gonna be mad about that.
They're a party that goes like, so I didn't even vote Republican. I didn't vote Democrat either. So like I voted
vote.
third.
So
I voted third party.
Anybody that actually wants to get even more mad at me, I've been saying shit for fucking weeks. I've never voted. I don't believe in it. The government's fake. And please keep responding. Please keep responding.
Yeah. Keep up the flaming and shit.
Keep up the great work.
Is, like, I just don't. The Bernie thing was the prop. The Bernie thing was a real problem because you're going like you can't participate in a primary. Basically, the Democrats like literally did that again. They're like, hey, we have to save democracy. Is basically what they're like trying to campaign on because apparently Trump's going to destroy it, but simultaneously they bypass democracy and go, Kamala Harris doesn't need to be in a primary. And you go, wait a minute. I thought you just say
they have no idea.
Dude, there's so much.
They have no idea.
There's so much logical, like there's way too many logical problems.
If you want to know how bad it is for the DNC right now, all you have to do is hear what I'm about to say. My dad wishes that George W. Bush was in office.
Yeah.
My dad is the most beautiful Democrat I've ever met in my life. And even he goes, man, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, they have a real problem.
Like, I think what gets me the most is that the only way to get people to talk about it is to get people mad about it.
Well, the only way to talk about it is to be like, people don't talk about it rationally anymore. They just get mad about it. But it's because like you have basically like Kamala's whole like her whole pitch is like he's a Nazi, which doesn't make any sense at all. Like, but then she like simultaneously like, I don't know. I can't understand how they fell apart that bad, to be honest with you. It's all like paid for, and like if you see like some of the money that she spent in this campaign, and I don't know how true it is, but like it looks pretty wild what she was spending money on.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong,
they're
I'm not
in debt.
stoked. I'm not stoked about the results. I'm stoked about who lost and how they lost.
I just think it's fucked up. Yeah, that like her whole pitch is like he's bad, not like here's what I'm gonna do.
Well, yeah,
you know.
And then they
like seriously, anybody who voted for Kamala, please tell me one of her policies that you're in favor of, because I haven't heard any of her policies.
She wants to do. She said on The View that she was going to do the same thing that Biden did.
Yeah,
so if you liked Biden, you should like Harris.
But why would you like a Biden? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, why did most people vote for Biden? Because he
they
wasn't
didn't
Trump.
like Trump.
Yeah.
But she ran on the same thing.
Yeah.
And thought it was going to work again.
Right. But what the problem was that they didn't have anybody's goodwill anymore. People forget about, like, and this is the thing too. And here's the thing I want to say. If you weren't an essential worker during the pandemic, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like, people forget about
the fuck up.
how fucked up COVID was.
I don't want to fucking hear about it. I actually don't want to hear about it, because the amount of bullshit that I had to deal with working in emergency medicine during the entire fucking pandemic was enough to turn me off of just existing, let alone having to try and listen to any of these people that have no idea what it's like.
Exactly.
Like,
that's the main thing. Well, not only that, but it's like the constant being like, this is what we have to do. And then 2 weeks later being like, no, that's not right. It's like, they never knew what the fuck to do. So stop telling us shit. Like, Fauci was clueless through that entire fucking thing. And everybody was like, we got to listen to the science. It's like, you're not listening to the science.
People go, nobody got fired over vaccine mandates. You're right. They were let go. They were told. They weren't given exemptions. They were told, you have to get this or you can't work here anymore. That's a fact.
It's just,
that happened to multiple people I know. And everybody wanted to go along this. The Democrats had this thing where they want to go along good faith, which works until shit is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't go, hey, shit's bad, because it won't win them the election, because they're the reason shit's bad. And they lack accountability or self-reflection.
There is none. No, there's none.
That's my entire thing. I want them to do better, and that's why I'm so fucking pissed.
Because I've always been like, I'm pretty damn center, but like, I was always a little bit left-leaning on a lot of issues. Most issues I still am, I guess, but I don't really know what the Democrat Party represents anymore, to be honest with you.
I just I find it hard to be on the side of you can't say that. Like, sorry, but I'm going to make me.
But they'll call the other side Nazis, and they, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, you know who got mad at me the most when I told them I wasn't voting this year? Democrats. You know who didn't give a fuck when I told them I wasn't voting this year? Republicans.
Right.
Every single Republican I met was like, yeah, I don't blame you.
Dude, it wasn't even a question. Like, if I was going to vote, if I had to pick one of the two, that it wouldn't have been even been
Here's
close.
another thing, too. If you're picking the president and your choices are somebody that was the president and somebody that was never the president, you should just go with the guy that was the president.
Well, that's kind of fair.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'm opening up a restaurant. Who are my two candidates? Oh, a person that's ran a restaurant before or a person that's never ran a restaurant?
Yeah. Well, all this, like, they're like, he's a racist and he's a convicted felon. And it's like, guys, Haven't you looked at what he's been convicted
Yeah,
of?
I'm already sold on him. You don't have to sell me on him even
Yeah,
more.
exactly. Well, yeah, true, but no, but it's like he's not a racist, dude. Like, if we're gonna sit there and say that, like, this is just crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just
You're just being crazy now.
just I'm gonna keep rooting for the people that aren't telling me what to do and what to say, and maybe someday the team that I used to be on will be like, hey, maybe you can come back. But until that happens, I'm just gonna be chilling.
They have a real issue, and they're gonna lose the next few elections if they keep up what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's bad.
I just want to work, man. I just want to go to work, and I want to come home, and I want to be left alone, and that's what I do. But every 2 years for midterms and every 4 years for elections, I like to peep up and go, "Hey, it's all your fault."
Well, the
And it's really
problem
funny.
is when you start like having fact checking and shit on social platforms and all this shit, trying to like skew everything in one way. It's like, dude, doesn't. You can't do it that way. Like, you can't just force everyone to believe what you believe. Like, the rest of the internet exists. Like, you can look up all this. You can look up things statistically. You can look up Google. Google exists. There's no avoiding it anymore.
Yeah, I think
Like, people have the ability to look things up. You can't just fucking say things and be like, this is fact now.
I've had a lot of fun with the people that are like, "Oh, Joe Rogan is a fascist."
Yeah, that's fun too.
And Joe Rogan is a conservative grifter and this and this. Everybody hates Theo Von now.
There was a guy on TV that was like saying that the whole, like, all of the people in that podcast, like,
Sphere.
yeah, they're all part of like a cabal of,
I love
like,
it.
it's all planned.
I love it.
They built all this. They built the podcast industry to do that, to be like, we gotta get Trump in there for a second term, not for the first one, the second one. Like Trump's a racist and he hates black people, but like, what happened in his first term? He wasn't a Nazi, guys. Hitler didn't come in the first, like, Hitler, when he came in, dude, he did Hitler shit. like Trump isn't gonna like wait for 4 more years and then go, maybe I'll get back in, then I'll do Hitler shit. It's like, no, dude.
God bless democracy though, because I'm not gonna lie, man, I miss talking about Trump.
Yeah.
I missed it. Biden was fun.
He's a fun guy, dude.
Biden was fun, and then it was sad. And here's the thing: it might get sad with Trump, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it no matter what. But I think what gets me is how mad people get over
They get
him.
so mad.
Like the dance.
There's probably people not watching already.
Oh, guaranteed. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, dude, they get so mad.
And there's probably people that are hate watching.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. But it's whatever. What are you gonna do? It's if you don't want us to talk about it, then make us. I don't know.
You can't buy flavored vapes anymore, but like, you want to vote against the guy who's like against government overreach. It's like, what are you talking about, man? This is crazy what we've gotten to. And then Biden's like, let's let them shoot missiles into fucking Russia. It's like, dude, you're leaving in a couple months. Stop making decisions.
Yeah. That one's my favorite. And we're gonna keep going until we run out of steam here. So buckle up, everybody. My favorite was the guy on CNN that was like, Biden has the chance to really be a hero for America.
Yeah.
He has less than 90 days to relinquish the presidency, so Kamala Harris can actually become the first woman president.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was another thing they were campaigning
And it's like,
on.
what you guys I think it'd be really funny if
you were sexist if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, because
well, I wish they would do that, because wouldn't it be funny if the first woman president became the president on a technicality? Like,
well, yeah, it almost did happen, because Biden could have just stepped down. He still could.
Somebody online said that Tim Walz was the first DEI white man hire, and I thought that was the greatest analogy ever made, because I have no idea who Tim Walz is, but I could tell you one thing: I never want to meet that guy.
Yeah,
he gives me the creeps, dude.
Yeah,
he really makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. And like, dude, there's some weird shit that bad decisions he makes, of course.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like,
and
dude,
he says some Just
Yeah.
like
Well, that's the thing is he's not talking off a teleprompter either, though.
no, like
he's fucking firing off the top of his head.
I
And
tried
that's not
on
good.
like 3 or 4 occasions to get through his podcast with Joe Rogan, and
He does a lot of the runaround.
yeah.
That's politician shit, though, dude.
Yep. But man, I've been riding high since the election because I felt extremely validated. I don't have to name any names, but they're all people you know that have been telling me for years that the way that I see reality in society is not the way that most people do, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And apparently, I do know what I'm talking about.
There's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that.
Where like, well, the Democrats are always on the right side of history, and
except for slavery, you know, they weren't.
Yeah, like what are we talking about, guys? Like, I'm sorry, but like, I stopped voting Democrat a long time ago. And like, I actually haven't voted for either of the two parties in years now. I voted Libertarian. I like Chase Oliver. I thought he was pretty fucking cool. Like a lot of the shit I heard from him made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that like the guy that talks logically gets no publicity. You don't even they're not in the debate or anything. They have to have their own debate. They had to have their own debate, the third parties.
There's probably people that are pissed that you voted third party.
Yeah, because it's a vote for Trump, apparently. A vote for third party is a vote for Trump. No, how about we try and make these third parties exist, guys? Because if every time we say that, the third parties just keep getting thrown off of ballots. They're not even, you go in, like in New York, and they're not on the ballot. There's two choices. That's not like that in every state. Like some states have the third parties on the ballot, but there's always legislation that these fucking just criminals are pushing to get those parties off of the ballot because they don't want them even in your fucking mind. They don't want it to be an option.
You know what's funny too? It's always the peers and the colleagues we have that exclusively talk about how much they hate how society is and how much they hate the government, yet they don't want anything to change.
Dude, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, dude, like punk culture was a thing. Like we never trusted the government. So
Right.
Why are we all of a sudden like following the Democrat Party, which is like down the line the government? Like it is so the government.
Like the Republican Party is counterculture.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
Like more young people voted Republican for this election than ever, apparently, or at least in a very long time.
Yeah, I could see that.
There were counties that have never voted Republican that were overwhelmingly Republican because of how
crazy
things are.
I didn't see it being that big of a. I mean, they swept pretty much.
I knew it was going to be amazing. Now I took the day after the election off, and when I got home from work, I got out. I worked only till noon on election day, and then I took a nap until like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And then I woke up, got fucking bunch of Red Bulls ordered out, and I hung out and I watched the election all night. When they showed the map of all the counties where Harris outscored Biden, and it was blank, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, all right.
Well, it also shows you how clueless like a lot of these analysts are because they're like polling. They're like, here's all the polls. The polls, guys, the polls did not fucking reflect what happened at all. So stop like talking about polls. Every politician ever stop talking about polls because they don't matter. They all said Kamala was going to win this. Even like projections, like all these experts are saying. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't think you should ever vote for somebody just because they're a woman or whatever. Like there's people saying that. It's like, guys, we're starting to get insane. Like, we're starting to lose it. People are shaving their heads and shit. It's like, guys, come on.
Somebody wrote me a thesis essay because I was making fun of that shit. I was making fun of the 4B movement.
How can you not make fun of that? We're looking ridiculous here. How can you look at it objectively and not think that that's insanity? There's a mental problem here. This country has a mental problem. Like there is a real like epidemic of mental disorders.
Yeah, dude.
It's
yeah,
bad.
yeah. It's fun. I love it. I'm here for it, and
Yeah,
you know.
we're gonna have fun with it. We got to roll with it anyway. You know what I mean?
DNC
Dude, he almost died.
does
to be
not
fair.
compete.
He almost died. He.
Do you think that sold it for him? That
It was part of it.
Fight. You have to fight.
It was
Whatever
part
the
of.
fuck.
Listen, like if you didn't know who you were voting for by then, though,
Yeah.
I mean, people knew. And if you talk to real people, it's most people.
This is the other thing too. And this is going back to just other people we know and all that, and people that like to talk online. Do you leave your house? Do you talk to people? I know you hate people, but do you talk to them? Have you ever listened to what their issues are?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the single mother of 3 isn't thinking about whether or not they should be able to give hormones to kids. They're voting for Trump because he's the only one that's saying, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
They're not voting for Trump because they hate trans people. They're voting for Trump because he's the only one that's saying, hey, we're going to help.
His whole campaign is like, we want America to do better.
Yeah. God forbid.
Yeah, like, well, fuck that. We want everything. It's like,
but yeah, so I'm just I'm just glad that they keep losing, and they're gonna keep losing.
They're gonna keep losing, if
and
they
I'm
don't
here
change.
for it because I told everybody this was gonna happen when he won the first time.
Well, people are sick of like being talked down to and shit
Yep.
too. You know.
I remember on Facebook when he won the first time, I put up there. I said, "This is what you do, DNC. All you have to do is literally go to the lowest common denominator issues and go up instead of going top down.
Yeah.
They go top down.
Yeah. There's no left anymore. It's far left. It's only far left. You know what I mean? Like there's no left party. It's like it's become the progressive party.
I would be considered ultra conservative just because I'm making fun of just because I talk about what I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about actions. They care about your words.
Well, like I said, like just based on the way those two parties are moving, I would say now I'm seeing more things I align with on the right. But I'm still pretty centric. Like every time I like going on like certain websites and like taking the quizzes, like political quizzes.
Yeah.
Because it'll give you kind of a general alignment of where they think you are or should be
Like
or
the
whatever.
compass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually I'm pretty right in the middle. And like I've even kind of tried to sway it a little bit and like be like, well, I guess that would be all right. But it's still like I'm pretty fucking close to the middle. But there is no middle anymore. So, and that's the problem. This country needs to have the middle.
Yeah.
It needs it bad. And I think that was part of what Trump was representing.
Plus, I really like you touched on the talking down to thing.
Yeah.
I really loved all of the other politicians that the DNC had to do public events that were just like, yeah, if you don't vote for us, you don't know what you're doing. You just don't know.
It's
fun having you know, what was it when they were like, oh, Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny endorsed Kamala Harris. It's a landslide, not realizing that. I don't know.
What was Cardi B goes up there, right? At one of the rallies.
Yeah, let's
And
have Cardi B.
She goes up there and like her teleprompter doesn't work. And it's so funny because she's like stalling and she's like, oh my God, I'm just so nervous and just shit. Dude, it is the most cringy thing to like find that and watch that if you're listening to this. Cause that's hilarious. The Cardi B thing. Dude, it took them like a minute and a half to fucking get the teleprompter working. Cause she couldn't just go up there and say what she, like off the top of her head. It was all written for her.
Right.
So why are we paying Cardi B to It's like, well, people like Cardi B, so if she says it that we should vote for her, then
I was watching MSNBC the other day. They were talking about how there was like a mega donor for the DNC. He was on Chris Cuomo's show too. And he was talking about how a lot of the mega donors in the DNC are fuming because of what they're realizing a lot of the money was spent on, which was going to be celebrity appearances. They spent...
If you're judging who you vote for on who your favorite singer is voting for, that's crazy.
They
You gotta
spent
start thinking
they
about
spent
it.
over 6 figures on a podcast set for the Call Me Daddy podcast or the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, man, different topic, same general subject, different topic. This isn't even me being ignorant. Well, no, this is me being ignorant because I actually don't know. But why does everybody hate Elon Musk? Besides the political thing, is it because he's a dick online?
There's a lot of like, well, he tries to be controversial.
Yeah. I relate to that.
Yeah, he does that. Like, I don't know. I don't mind him. I know that, like,
I think he's a punk I think he's a funny looking punk.
there's a lot of people that don't like him. Yeah, and they think he's fake too. Like, they're like, well, how can he have enough time to do all this shit? Like, it's like, I don't know. He has a company. Like, he has people that he hired to do these things. Like, yeah, he has the ideas or whatever, but like someone else is executing them.
I remember when Elon Musk was like the champion of the left for years, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Tesla. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved SpaceX.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Joe Rogan was another one, dude. Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders and had him on his show multiple times.
But why are they against him buying Twitter and making everybody be allowed to say what they want?
Because they don't want to hear everybody's opinions.
They only want to hear. Yeah, they only want
Haven't
to
you
hear.
seen that new one? The new Twitter, Blue Sky? Where it's becoming so progressive that people are banning other progressives for not being progressive enough.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like Mark Hamill are getting fucking reported for shit. And it's like, bro, Mark Hamill is like, he's your guy.
Yeah.
He's like the fucking sweetest, nicest man in the world. Why are you doing that to him?
Well, he is so deep.
Oh, he's super deep.
In
But
the Democrat
I also think it's a matter of
they make it just it felt like
I lost my train of thought there.
It felt like they it felt like they thought that we were stupid, you know. Like they have the Avengers and shit
on a Zoom call.
Dude, like come on.
That was fucking cute, bro. That was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Are we stupid? Like stop. I just don't get it.
What
dude.
about the
that shit is
and
crazy.
This is real. What about the Fortnite
the
map?
Avengers, dude.
The Kamala Harris Fortnite map that banned guns.
What?
Yeah, it was a Fortnite map endorsing Kamala Harris, but you weren't allowed to shoot people.
Oh.
You were just supposed to walk around.
Just enjoy your time. You know what I mean? Like use people's pronouns properly and things. Like hug, embrace, all that kind of stuff. Be nice to each other. Which is all well and good.
See,
that's great.
This the pronoun thing gets me because like I've never been in a situation where the pronoun thing has bothered me. But I've been in a situation where it's bothered me.
It's not gonna bother you, but because that's not.
No, because I'm a fucking normal human. Like, dude, no, because people are going right now. My entire fucking YouTube and gaming feed is people freaking out about Obsidian's new game, Avowed, that Brian and I are like absolutely over the moon excited for, and the game director is talking shit to Elon Musk and other people on X and Blue Sky because there's pronouns in the character creator. That's what pisses me off. I don't give a fuck what you put in your game. Just don't fucking lecture me about it. You think I got pissed when I read that every single Underdark, not Underdark, what are they called? Every single Deep Gnome in Baldur's Gate 3 is gay. Did you ever notice that?
No.
No. Why would you? Because they don't fucking throw it in your face constantly.
Right. It just is a thing.
It just is a thing. Like
but it's also not like the Harry Potter where they retroactively go that person was gay or whatever. Or
that
like,
one's also fun. Do that as much as you want because eventually they're gonna do it to something they don't want it done to.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
It's like you play Cyberpunk and you're like, I just made a male character, but I can put whatever genitals I want on him. It's like that's fine. I don't care. Do whatever. Who fucking cares? But
what gets me is when you have people on one side that are going fucking pronouns, and then the other one going, "We're gonna make it woke to piss you off." And it's like, how about you just make a thing?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's part. I think part of this is that,
and I hate the word woke. By the way,
it's a lot of it's
but
a lot of it's a mind virus in a weird way.
Yeah, it's like a weird
it's a status symbol thing, I think, I don't know if this is ignorant to say. I'm sure they think it is. I'm sure that a lot of them think it is. But the reality is, like, I think a lot of kids are influenced by what other people are doing. They're influenced by the internet. They're influenced by social media. So, like, when you see people that are, like, questioning their gender, I don't know. Dude, I watched What is a Woman? Matt Walsh documentary.
Oh, no.
And, like, he asks that question, and there's no one that can answer that question. What is a woman? Like, the definition. There's, like, no one that wants to define it because
they want to toe the line. That's the thing, is I wonder if any of these feminists are aware of all these Title IX laws that their favorite, like, congressmen and congresswomen want to get rid of.
Right.
That are going to be, like, irreparably damaging women's sports and safe spaces for women in the workplace and in education.
I'm just worried about kids. That's all. Like, I don't want kids to, like, make decisions on this stuff when dude, like, there was a lot of shit that I, like, thought was cool when I was a kid.
Right.
But, like, when you get older, you start thinking a little bit more clearly, you know? You shouldn't just make that kind of that's a big decision. And I think they should, like, if you're for this, it's like you should agree that they should, like, be a little more developed before they, like Matt Walsh in this documentary, right? He's like going, well, he makes, like, this whole case about how kids can believe in Santa and it's their reality to them. So
you can get them to believe a lot of things.
Yeah. If they're around the right people, if they're talked to the right way, it's like there's a lot of things that can influence them that way. And it's like, I don't know. I just think wait, and if they do want to do that, then they can do it. But I don't know. I also just hate this, like, heavy-handed, like, if you don't toe the line, you know, people get canceled and all this shit, and it's like, no, you're like, instead of, like, being put to death like they used to be, you're just getting fucking canceled. You're losing your whole livelihood. Why, man? It's like, it's just tough right now. It's tough because no one wants to agree on anything. It's like no one wants to agree on anything. Like, they want to just have their own opinion, or they want to be part of their team or whatever. It's like I don't hear a lot of
compromise.
No compromise. I don't hear a lot of unique opinions. It seems like a lot of it's just like what my party says. Like,
yeah,
what
and
my
that's the
social
problem.
circle
That's
says.
why it's impossible to have discourse nowadays, because most people.
But it's easy to be influenced by people around you.
Yeah,
very easy,
guaranteed. People probably think that we're influenced by things.
Yeah, but who?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
It's like I work with like 8 guys. It's like I don't have time. Even, like, yeah, we're there for 12 hours, but it's not like we have time to, like, influence each other's decision making.
A lot of my personal preferences and personal beliefs come from personal experiences, believe it or not. I don't think any of my opinions are opinions somebody told me to have, which is probably why I'm not invited places.
But sometimes it's just logic, dude.
Also, it's just logic. Like, my favorite thing, and this might get me in trouble, but my favorite organization that's ever existed is Queers for Palestine. I think that's a genius idea.
Queers for Palestine.
I think it's the biggest oxymoron in the world.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. And it becomes a thing where it's like your beliefs are charged all emotionally, and I admire that. I really do. I agree with the idea that people that are oppressed and marginalized should also help the people out that are oppressed and marginalized. Unless you get to a situation where if the shoe is on the other foot, you wouldn't be allowed to exist in their reality.
Yeah. Well, if you're really like pro-Palestine or pro-Ukraine, shouldn't you just, like, want the war to stop? You know, like, what are we doing here? Can't we vote for the guy
I got in trouble for saying that. I got in trouble for saying that when we pulled out of Afghanistan. I got in trouble for that. And that was a pro-Biden move. Everybody was pissed at him. And I was like, what? You guys have been saying for years you wanted to leave Afghanistan. Everybody's like, well, they didn't do it right.
Yeah. That's a lot
What
of
the
things,
fuck?
too. It's always not right if the other candidate does it, even if it's something that they wanted.
I just can't I can't wrap my head around it.
I gotta mute this phone.
It's like I said to somebody, I go, Queers for Palestine is like if I started a movement called Junkies for Russia, where in Russia you get thrown into labor camps for having fucking drugs on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you think if Russia was over here, or if I was in Russia, they'd be like, yeah, we love you. We support you. Thank you for rooting for us. No, they'd be like, what the fuck? You have drugs on you? Go to prison.
Well, I think the biggest thing that this comes down to for me is like, if you don't agree with someone, now they just call you stupid. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're not like strongly making an argument. They just go, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Do your research or whatever. It's like, no, I did that part.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I love it.
Where do we go now?
I love it. Well, then they tell you, no, you didn't do your research. And then you go, tell me what to read then. They go, you're just trying to get a rise out of me. If you're really asking me where to get my sources from, then you're not being serious.
That's a big problem as sources.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Well, I have this app called All Sides, and what it does is it shows you like, it'll give you like a headline, and it'll show you like, here's what the left says, here's what the right says, and then here's kind of a center perspective of it, and it'll give you like full articles, and it'll also show you like different journalists and things like that, but it'll show you like where they lean generally. So like at least that way you can read both and be like, okay, I kind of see what they're both saying. But like usually through that you can suss out who's full of shit, and it's not really that hard. But the problem, like I said, it's like if you don't agree, they're smarter than you, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And that's not an argument. Like, you're not making an argument. You're just trying to end the argument because you think you're right. But no one wants to like actually like have these discussions because no one thinks that the other person's sources are right. That's a big problem. That's
a lot of it too is, and this is how I feel personally, I feel like a lot of people don't want to have discussions with me because they just look down on me for reasons.
That's part of it.
Yeah. And it's not even a question at this point. People have told me straight up that they don't respect me. Like, that's fine. Right. I don't need you to.
Yeah, that's a stupid
But that's why you're going to keep losing.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
It's
you know who
it.
doesn't attack me for saying the things that I say? People on the right. I make fun of them more. I make fun of them so much more because I need them to get mad at me, and they never will. They never have. You know what they do? They look at something they don't agree with and they go, huh? And they keep scrolling.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
I think it comes down to like, do we want the US to be like,
do you want the US to be like France or Argentina?
Well, it's a
That's the two options.
It's kind of a battle between like, do we want it to be what it's been? Like, I think there needs to be separation of church and state. I do believe that, and I always have, and I always will. But part of the country's foundation is Christianity. So like, it's weird to like vote against traditionalist, right? Because I feel like we're just built on that. That is what we're built on.
Yeah, we're built on Judeo-Christian values.
Why don't we want this country to have its own identity? It's almost like the left wants it to not have an identity and just be whatever it wants to be. But it's like, we already made it what we wanted it to be. Can't we leave it what it is? Like, I don't understand what the problem is here. Like, it's like people like Christmas. They'll celebrate Christmas, but they don't want traditional values. They don't want to vote for traditionalists or I don't know, constitutionalists or whatever.
Populists.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why can't we make this country have an identity? We need to make things in this country. How can you disagree with that? Like, I've yet to hear a good argument against it. Because I don't hear an argument against it. I just hear that I'm wrong. You know? That's all you hear. That needs to change. And they're going to keep losing. Like you said, they're going to keep losing. And it's like I couldn't sound more like a Republican right now.
I could.
Well, you probably could, yeah. I mean, I could too if I tried. But I'm just saying, like, I sound Republican, but it isn't, like, you know, it never has been the case.
Yeah.
But I think that I just love how big of a win that was. It was kind of wild. And I think that it was
a
deserving.
Slam dunk. It was a slam dunk.
I mean, dude, watch the video of what Trump was saying after the election. That one where it's just a shot of him. Like, watch it and listen to what he's saying. Like, forget about all your Stormy Daniels and like whatever you think these felonies are and all this bullshit. Forget about that. Just think about what he's saying, that he wants to make the country. That's it. Just watch it and like objectively listen to him. Like, what his goal is. It sounds pretty good. I mean, he was talking, dude, some of it's kind of wild, but like he's talking about like flying cars and like making new cities and shit. But like, yeah, if the shit goes right, like that should be our goal, is making new cities and fucking innovation and like being the leading country. Like that's how we always were. That should be the goal. Why isn't it? Why is the goal like to let anybody use whatever bathroom they want? Like, that's not the goal.
Why is the goal for New York City to spend $4.5 billion on housing and feeding illegal immigrants? Why do I have friends that can't like get insurance to help them pay for rehab that relapse and die? Why do I have friends that get denied medical care after serving our country for 12 years and then they shoot themselves in their garage?
Well, Democrats
like, what the fuck?
Like, not even, I would say like probably like a little over 12 years ago or something. Democrats were for
the border. That was Obama's
This is
whole
all I'm
thing.
saying.
That was Obama's entire thing.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, is they flip-flopped. The whole thing is flip-flopped.
Mm-hmm. And people are tired of it.
But why do these, I think a lot of it is like some of those Democrats that believed in those things understand that like now it's on that side, so we got to vote for that side.
Yep.
And that's like people looking at it a lot. I'm just happy that people are looking at it somewhat objectively now, instead of voting with like just being with rage, you know.
I can't believe that there were
booth.
like LGBTQ plus people, not even just in social media in general, like people I know personally that were like, they're gonna die now.
Yeah. It's over for them. They're actually gonna be hanged in the town square. Or
like,
whatever.
What the fuck are you talking about? That would be like if Harris won and you and I were like, well, we're going to get executed because we're straight white dudes.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking for real, bro? Can you just sit down and think about it without your emotions once?
Yeah, there's no way for some people to do that, dude.
Like, and I'm sure I've been emotional today, so people are going to, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. This is my show. Get your own show.
I mean, that is part of what it is people thinking with their emotions. But a lot of it ain't even true, though. That's the real problem, is when they sit there and say Nazi and they say bigot and they say racist. And it's like, how many times does this guy have to be like
really chill and cool,
saying outright that he like denounces the KKK and like all this shit? What else does he have to fit? Like, what is the thing that the guy needs to do?
He needs to kill himself.
Yeah,
during his inauguration,
yeah.
He needs to commit ritual harakiri suicide.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's that like,
Yeah, he needs to just like Bud Dwyer himself. That's what they want, though.
They really do, man. And if they have Trump derangement syndrome, I have Democrat derangement syndrome. Fucking, if the shoe fits, I'll wear it. But man, I just really, they keep losing, and I'm here for it.
It's kind of funny too that like the guy who almost killed Trump, just nobody talks about it, even though he
literally shot him with a gun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They literally
he killed the guy.
The people are standing there going like, "There's a guy on the roof, guys. Hey guys, there's a guy on the roof right there with a gun. He's got like a rangefinder and shit." And they're going, "He's right there," and everybody's like, "Huh?"
They're like, "No, he's at an angle."
Yeah. The roof is slanted too much or whatever. We'll let him shoot. What? And then the guy has his like apartment scrubbed and shit. Like, why? Like, things are a little fishy here.
Well,
and then no one wanted to talk about it.
What about
after,
the
like,
whole
2
thing
weeks.
about the guy that shot Trump? He was like an intern at BlackRock.
Yeah, he was in one of the commercials.
He was in one of their commercials.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
That's a little odd.
We haven't even gone into the Clintons yet. We can do that, but like, the Clintons are
this
fun.
Isn't even conspiracy stuff. You can look up the video
No, you literally
of the
look
commercial.
at it. Yeah.
It's so weird, dude. And it's like, come on. Like, something's not adding up about this. You think the Secret Service is that bad? The fucking Secret Service that like saw a cell phone almost hit Trump and then he fucking like basically dives on the fucking thing. It's like, no, their whole job is to fucking do that. It's like, I think something weird was going on there, but you can't say that either because then you're a fucking conspiracy theorist or whatever. So
Yeah.
God forbid there's actual conspiracies in this world. Then the JFK files come out, we'll find that fucking shit out. They want to get that shit out. RFK wants it out.
It should be.
And it should be, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Well, there's still people alive during that. It's like, well, yeah. How about they should be in prison? How about they should be in prison for fucking setting this shit up?
For killing the president. I don't care if it was 60 years ago.
I don't care if they're 97. Like, they could be in there for 3 days and die. Like,
did you know that they still imprison like former Nazis and shit? They used to do that for decades and decades.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they should imprison whoever shot JFK. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't one guy. Come on. What are we doing?
What gets me the most, dude, is that like it's impossible to have an appreciation for history without being branded a white supremacist racist. Well,
it's hard to do anything and
yeah, it's hard to enjoy anything right now. Like I've been going deep diving into like learning about just all the presidents and going into like different war documentaries and just fucking everything, civil wars, revolutions, just all the cool shit from like the Crusades, the Crusades on. And it's tough because I want to have cool discussions with people about that, but then they're like, oh, George Washington was actually a piece of shit, right?
Shut down.
And I was like, yeah, but he was like, out of all the people back then, George Washington was like the greatest man ever created. So can we talk about that?
Yeah, he was like the least piece of shit.
He was like,
out of all of those pieces of shit. It's like, yeah, and like, so if you look at like presidents throughout history, people look at like Abe Lincoln and like Thomas Jefferson and all these guys, and they're like,
Thomas Jefferson.
Wow, what a stand-up guy.
Thomas Jefferson is the craziest one of them all, and everybody loves him.
Yeah.
The dude didn't even live in America. He lived in fucking France.
Well, not to mention all of it, like, all this politics shit was already going on back then. All this corruption was already taking place. Smear campaigns and all that shit existed. Like, we just don't see it because we fucking sing the 50 Presidents song or whatever when we're in fucking second grade. And we look at their little portraits or whatever. It's like, that's not, we're not really seeing what was happening. This corruption's always been a thing. Like I said earlier, it's like punk counterculture was like, when I was growing up, that's what it was all about. Like, it was rage against the machine. The fucking government's fucked up and they're not for you. So like when you finally get a guy who like seems like he is, Maybe he isn't.
That's exactly the point. He seems like he is.
But like, why not pitch yourself that way?
It's
If you're trying to run for president.
yeah. If you have two people that you could pick, and one of them is for you, and one of them is not for you, you'd be a fucking moron to vote for the second option.
Yeah. What are we doing?
You shouldn't have a vote. If you're actively voting against your self-interest, you shouldn't have a vote.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be people, right, that are going to go, because I fucking read, so I know there's two sides to everything I say. There's people that go, well, the people that voted for Trump voted against their interests.
Yeah, but you're saying it with dumb person voice.
Some of them need Obamacare. I am saying it with a dumb person voice because I have to.
Oh, because it's dumb?
Yeah, because they're like, well, people that need Obamacare voted for Trump, and he's going to get rid of Obamacare. They probably didn't think twice about that. Or maybe they fucking did. And they were like, oh, he still wants to help me. Like, I don't know, man.
Well, the reality is you can't agree with everything a politician says. You just can't.
No.
It's impossible.
No, like when he
Unless
said there's good people on both sides of January 6th, I thought that was retarded. That's bad people on both sides. What are you doing? You're being a nuisance.
But I don't even think politicians agree with everything they say. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So like they're, sometimes they understand what the country wants too. I think that's what it comes down to. Is if you're going to run for president, you got to understand what people want.
Yeah, it's crazy that populism is all the rage right now.
Yeah, but and it comes down to they work for us.
Yep. The fact that the Democrats had the balls to say that the American people didn't deserve what they were bringing to the table shows right there that they don't know why they're in office.
Yeah.
You serve the people, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And people can say, fuck the founding fathers, fuck the Constitution, fuck this country, fuck this, fuck that, as much as you want. Go right ahead, because I'm right there lockstep with you. The one thing I'll never do is tell you can't say something, because that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. And, like, ultimately, I like this country because of what I have now.
Yeah.
Like think about dude, come on. You won the lottery.
Dude, my life is so fucking sick.
Imagine, because, like, you could be born anywhere.
Yep.
But you were born here.
Yeah.
So, like, already you kind of won. Like, let's look at it that way.
You're not allowed to be proud of your country anymore.
But you can't be proud of your country.
No. Unless you're from a different country.
In fact, the American flag is a Trump symbol now. Dude, I watched this YouTube video of a guy who goes to a rally for both candidates. And
I love it.
At the fucking Harris rally, there's no American flags. Huh? You're running for president of America, right? No American flags. And the Trump rally is just all American flags.
Yep.
What does that tell you? Does that campaign give a fuck about this country? It's so crazy. How do you see that and think that that's okay? Like, what's the last presidential rally? Find me another presidential rally where there's no American flags. Besides the Harris one.
Find us another American. You know what? You could probably find a rally in fucking Bolivia and there's a US flag there somewhere.
Somebody probably had one accidentally made or whatever.
They're like, oh, it's cool.
I don't know what it means, but
let's do what these guys do. Yeah. Yep.
It's like, just because other countries hate us doesn't mean we're supposed to hate us.
my thing too is like, you go online and stuff, you watch the news. And
don't watch the news, No one watches the news anymore. The legacy media.
No, my favorite is everybody wants America to fuck off. Every European I've ever seen wants America to fuck off until Russia starts flexing its muscles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and then we got to step in.
Yep. And at this point, the EU is in such a weird...
Well, the reality is Putin already could have used... We've already overstepped what NATO, the whole thing, we've already overstepped it. We're not supposed to be supporting troops on their side, like in Russia. We already are. Plus, we're shooting fucking missiles into the heart of fucking Russia, guys. This has gone crazy.
No,
And
they don't care.
he even fucking goes, I'm lowering the threshold for being able to use nukes. And it's like, yeah, it's probably all rhetoric.
Yeah.
But like,
My favorite
Come
was they were like, well, we're gonna keep doing this till this episode's over. So
I mean,
whoever's
yeah,
still
we've done. Holy shit!
Guaranteed.
All right, well, we'll keep going.
Yeah, and I don't. If you're still listening, thank you. If you're not, thank you. Whatever. This is for us.
This is a good Thanksgiving episode because
It's
this
great.
is what's going to happen at Thanksgiving for people. They're going to sit around their families. They're going to sit with their families and they're going to have arguments. They're going to talk about politics. So if you're with your family right now, you know what I mean. This is the thing to watch.
Yeah, yeah. You can
It'll
hear
trigger some fun
yeah.
conversations.
You can hear all the opinions that your most hated relatives have because I guarantee you we have those opinions.
And it might start a fight.
I hope it does.
Probably, you know,
I
maybe some
sincerely hope
throwing
it does.
things. You know, someone leaving early or whatever.
Unreal.
Someone won't get pumpkin pie because they were mad and
Yep.
they left early.
Yeah, it's the thing that gets me, man, is that they go, "How could you vote for Trump? He's friends with Putin and Kim Jong-un." Thank God.
Shouldn't he? Why would you not want to be friends with?
What? Oh, you mean the two countries that every year they say they're gonna nuke us because they hate us? Oh yeah, let's keep electing people they hate.
We should be mad. Yeah, we should dislike those guys. How about we get in tight with those guys? Doesn't that make me a little bit more sense? That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
I find that the ultimate president would be a guy that has the charisma of Obama, but with Trump's balls to just say whatever. But it's like counterintuitive because the thing that Obama had
Well,
that
it's
was
like-
so good was he was able to get kind of. He
So
was
you
able
want
to
the Rock? You want the Rock?
The Rock is pretty much. That's pretty much who
Yeah,
it
because
is.
he's got the balls and he
And
also,
he's basically just like he's just an evolved Obama.
yeah,
Like-
yeah, he is. And he's the people's champ, like which should be for the people. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. Oh, America's gonna elect The Rock as president someday. I hope so. I hope so.
I hope it ends up exactly like Idiocracy.
It better. It fucking better. They were all wicked happy back then. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they loved that. That's true. Well, yeah, it did kind of suck though because the trees weren't growing and plants and things.
Well, because they weren't they giving the plants Gatorade?
they kept giving it Brondo.
Brondo. Fucking love it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm cautiously optimistic for the next 4 years. We'll have to see what happens. And you could say that no matter what, but the thing is that if it was Harris that won it, I wouldn't be cautiously optimistic.
Yeah,
I would just be like,
yeah.
oh, we're lockstep, more of the same.
Oh, we're doing the same shit we've been doing, and that's not going good.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know. I can't. Who's got the argument?
Oh.
Please make the argument that it's
Before we end this,
what's going
I
good.
got to go into the economy. That's been my favorite thing.
The economy's a fun one.
The economy's great because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously.
Yeah.
But when they go, actually, inflation's down. And I go, well, yeah, but actually, I literally can't afford food or medicine. So
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, and it's like Stephen A. Smith said the same thing. He said it's like ghetto math, right? Ghetto math is when, or the ghetto economy is when you reach into your pocket and you see how much money you have. And if you have less than you're supposed to, the economy's bad. And if you have more than you're supposed to, the economy's good. I think it's something that Stephen A. Smith said something adjacent to that. It was definitely, it was like the brother economy, the ghetto economy, the black economy, whatever the fuck he said. He had some like street
Yeah.
twang, Stephen A. Smith twang to it. But that's been my favorite thing. Going back to the talking down to thing, when I'm like, well, you know, the economy's been bad. And they go, no, you don't know. The studies show it's good. I go, yeah, but I've literally, Seth, other than the fact that I work at a restaurant, 2 restaurants, Other than that, I pretty much would still just be living off of Kraft Dinner, ramen noodles, rice, and beans because most of my money goes towards medicine and doctor's appointments
Right.
because I can't get health care and everything's too fucking expensive. So don't tell me that the economy's good when 2 years ago I was making less money than I am now and I was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm making more money than I've ever been in my entire life and I'm struggling.
That's
bad.
the key. The key is to not make money. Because the government won't give you health care unless you don't make money.
Yep.
And if you do make money, then you got to pay $300 for shit coverage, like $300 a month or whatever.
Yep. With deductibles and all that.
Mm-hmm. For shit coverage, which probably won't even cover the shit that you actually need.
No, it won't. It won't. GoodRx won't even cover my prescriptions anymore.
Well, no one even takes GoodRx anymore. Yeah, it's all. Oh yeah, I mean the economy's doing great.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, guys.
It's doing
Really
great.
glad. Really glad. Shrinkflation has been a big one. With
I don't understand how you can make this argument. I really don't.
that shit's good.
Yeah, who is saying?
You know exactly who's saying it.
Well, it's like how can you make the argument that
You know exactly who it is, dude. Just based on the way I'm giggling, I have like 5 people.
Yeah, I
right
can think
now
of some
that I'm
people.
like, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I mean, and it would be.
And
like,
you know what the best part is?
I would like to hear what they say, but like I don't see it.
Well, what they'll tell you, Seth, is that there's more to life than the money in your pocket, which no, there isn't. We live in America. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. Find me a country where money doesn't matter, please. Let me know where it is. I will go there with you. Do you think I want any of this shit? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I want to live in a communist utopia where everything's just chill and everybody has everything they need and we can just fucking do our thing. But no, we can't have that. So what do we have? The next best thing. We have what we have now,
Yeah.
which is you work for what you get. And I had been working hard my entire life because I was told if you work hard, you'll get everything you want. That's not the case. And unfortunately, the party that's telling me they'll fix it is the party that I'm vehemently against.
Hasn't fixed it though either.
Also hasn't fixed it.
Hasn't even taken steps to fix it.
So it gets to a level of my problems matter more to me than your problems matter to me. And I'm sorry, but that's life.
Yeah, but that's how it should. Yeah, that's how you should always vote though. Like vote for who's best for you.
No, you can't do that. You got to think of the little guy.
Yeah, but we don't have to think about Ukraine and fucking Palestine, and we don't. Like, I understand NATO, like how NATO works, but like, what are we doing funding this? I just don't. I don't know. Why are we supporting when you're the party that's supposed to be anti-war? You're gonna sit there and fund all these wars
My thing is,
because it makes money, which goes back to. Money is fucking everything in this country. We're in debt bad for a reason. We're in debt bad. It's going constantly. The number is going up. It's literally not exaggerating, going up fast every second of the day.
here's where we'll leave
How do
it
you
at.
fix that?
Here's where we'll leave it at. The final thing I'll say about Palestine, the final powder keg line I have for Palestine. Maybe if Palestine didn't want to get turned into a parking lot, they shouldn't have elected Hamas to be their government and then blown up a music festival.
Right. That probably would have been a smart move.
That probably would have been sick. I'm sure things would be way better over there right now if they didn't elect a terrorist organization for their government and then blow up a music festival.
Yeah.
How about you don't do that?
Well, according to the left, we just elected a terrorist organization to be our government.
Okay, cool.
So we just elected literally Hitler.
Coachella is gone.
I don't know. We just elected Hitler, so
I can't wait.
we're going to war, I guess.
But I can't wait till the next episode where we do the same conversation, but we flip-flop our opinions again, and everybody gets pissed. That's going to be great. I already have the other side already picked out. Fuck Israel, dude.
Yeah.
Are you serious? They've been fucking with Palestine for decades and decades, and honestly, they shouldn't even be there. They were given that land out of pity because of the Holocaust.
It was gifted to them, so like we can just take it back. Like,
Yeah.
Anybody can take it back if they want. That's
You
how
know?
it works. That's how gifts work.
Yep.
That's how it's always been.
You know, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, I guess.
Yeah, that's a blowback episode right there.
Yeah,
But I mean, I can't like again, it's like I didn't vote for Trump,
no,
but I'm just trying to look at it object. I didn't like Trump.
dude, and we look like
4
two
years ago.
We're two dudes that probably everybody thinks we love the guy, guaranteed,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
but I mean,
And the
I
more
didn't vote.
the
vote
more
for
I
him
tell
4 years
people I'm
ago
on the
either.
left, the more people are gonna think I'm on the right, which is even funnier. Because I say mean things.
Yeah. Well, I just think there's a very high level of like
Plastic in our
mind
blood supply.
virus. Yeah, I think people are just way too tribal.
People got to go back to church, bro. It's a meme, but literally Jesus is there for you. I'm telling you,
Well,
it's true.
Like, just don't make your identity your political party.
No.
Like, well, the opposite way. Don't make your political party your identity. Like, don't toe the party line. Like, think for yourself, dude.
They're scared too, man.
Because when you talk to a lot of these people, it is like everything. They're hitting every political point that their party is currently talking about. But they don't acknowledge the fact that they weren't for that fucking 6 years ago, 8 years ago, or whatever. 12 years ago.
they hate when you point out that Obama was staunchly against gay marriage until it was convenient for him.
But this is the same with both parties. Like, that does happen on both parties.
Guaranteed.
It's like fucked up. You
It's-
can't just vote. There's no vote blue no matter who. There's no fucking. That is the worst thing I've ever fucking heard, dude. Don't vote blue no matter who. That's so fucking dumb. Dude.
You know
It
what
could be Kermit the Frog, and you're gonna vote for him. I'd vote for him.
I'd
actually,
vote for
probably.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, the best thing I heard the whole election cycle was Kamala Harris is for they them, Donald Trump is for you.
Yeah, that was. They actually said that.
That was a fucking
That
headshot.
was a zinger. That they said that ad actually did like really well for them. They like looked at it statistically and they were like, that actually swayed a lot of people.
You know what ad didn't do great for Kamala Harris? Hey, white guys, aren't you tired about being told how you're the problem? Did you see that one? Did you see that ad? That was a real ad they put online.
No,
No fucking chance you didn't see that.
she was saying, aren't white guys being told?
We'll pull it up after the break. But yeah, it starts off by it literally starts off by going, "Hey white guys, aren't you sick and tired of being told that you're the problem?" Literally how it starts.
Go on.
I'm the problem.
So the smart thing to do is vote for fucking Harris. I don't know. I think I saw enough.
Yeah, I'm white when it's convenient and I'm red when it's convenient. So right now I'm a angry white guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and since I'm against the DNC right now, I'm not allowed to be a fucking minority. So,
yeah, I feel like we dominated that one though. I feel like it would have been smart to have somebody who's not. Like I feel like it would have been somebody like we needed someone who was
cool,
a Harris voter.
Yeah.
To have this conversation. Because
I wish I could. This is the thing is that I want to talk to people that I have talked to people
without it being a shouting match.
Most people most people I work with voted for Harris, and a lot of them were like, I just don't like Trump.
But that's not a good. It's not a good reason.
No.
But that was her campaign. Like I said,
Yeah.
that was her campaign. He's bad. Vote for me. Not. And then the other campaign is, we want this country to be better. Wait, why is there even a, like, why are you even thinking about it? Shouldn't that be a bang? Like, that's an easy decision to make.
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I've never voted, so I don't know. I don't really know anything, I guess. I don't know.
I don't like voting for either party because I always feel like you need more than two parties. Because eventually 2 parties becomes 1 party. That's what happens.
That's the goal.
But that's not good.
No.
Because every time there's 1 party, there's an issue there.
Yeah, you get like fucking armbands and marching and funny mustaches and
yeah, and then the mustache, you can't even have the mustache anymore now. Or the armbands. Those are cool armbands. You can't have those.
You can't say that. You can't even say that the Confederate flag is cool. Which, get the fuck out. It is a cool looking flag.
It is kind of cool, yeah.
I wouldn't fly it or wear it, but it's a cool looking flag.
It's a cool design.
The North Korean flag is cool looking. Like, what the fuck?
What's the North Korean flag?
It's like red, white, and blue.
It's got like 50 stars on it. I don't even know what the North Korean flag is.
I use it as a reaction image for a lot of things.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not with you.
I mean, I would know it when I see it.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Big fan of the... Yeah. That's cool. Actually, that's the flag that I wore in Rocket League.
It's got a star, so that's neat.
Yeah. I used to play Rocket League. When we played Rocket League, I would have no decals, but I would just have the North Korean flag.
We should have like a flag. Oh, let's do tearjerkers flags.
Vexillology? Let's do it, dude.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with flags. They're cool as shit.
Flags, like different countries.
Wales is number 1. Have you ever seen Wales's flag? Look up Wales's flag.
Wales.
Wales. First off, Welsh is the coolest fucking language ever created, but Wales has the coolest flag. Look at that, dude. Look at that.
Talking about? We got a dragon, dude.
Yes, bro.
Come on. You're gonna have a. I mean, everybody else looks dumb now. You're gonna not have a dragon? You can choose. Like, you can choose.
Mm-hmm.
And you chose to not have a dragon. We chose some gay stars, dude. What the fuck is that?
50 of them. They chose fucked up stars like 50 times. Well, no, they didn't make. You imagine if they did a new flag every state?
There's a cool one. The progress flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's another one I didn't understand, and I've had it explained to me, so maybe I'm just ignorant. But I thought the pride flag was enough. I like the pride flag. It gets the point across.
Yeah, but don't steal the rainbow. That's crazy. Now you can't even wear a rainbow without being like everybody thinking you're a pride guy or gay or whatever. I don't know.
Well, what are those? I think
that's a joke, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But I don't know. Like the rainbow thing
is that Armenia? Top left? Yeah. European nations flag right there. Or Albania. I think it's Albania. I know a lot about flags. Flags, yeah, it's Albania. Flags and birds.
Oh, Albania's badass.
Yeah, that one's sick. That's like a 2-headed eagle thing.
And Gibraltar has a castle on it, dude. That's sick as fuck.
Yep. Cyprus? I think Cyprus has a pretty cool flag. I really like Macedonia.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
And Montenegro, dude. Montenegro. I like any flag that has a seal. Like Moldova. What the fuck? That's sick as hell.
Switzerland makes me feel safe. Like they're going to fix me up, band-aid me up.
Yeah, Switzerland is actually the Red Cross.
Yeah. Liechtenstein. I like how they just...
Liechtenstein.
I like how they just add a crown. They're like, we'll just have the 2 colors is boring. The blue and red or whatever.
I love that the crown is gold and black.
Greenland's kind of cool.
That one is cool.
What the hell's Faroe Islands? Where's that?
It's got to be near Denmark, right? It's got to be near some of those things. I mean, what the fuck?
Huh. How do they choose whether they're vertical or horizontal? And then you got the ones with the crosses. They're not crosses, but they're like, well, they are crosses sideways. How come there's so many? Why is there like such a? Is there like a
Like a template?
Yeah, like check boxes you have to hit like certain things,
I just think that it.
like a certain number of colors.
Belarus has a really cool flag too. I like that little like edging on the side there.
Yeah, what's going on? Like it looks like it's like stitching of some sort.
What is Cyprus? Is that a stingray? What the fuck is that? Or is the flag of Cyprus? Is that Cyprus like what it looks like on a map? What is
Cypress
that?
Hill? Wait, what is this one? Wait, hold on. Where was I? The Bosnia one, dude. That's wild.
Oh yeah, Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't think I pronounced that right.
Herzegovina. That sounds right.
Gibraltar. I like Greece's flag. I like Greece's flag a lot. Makes me think of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah. But I think it's really shot that the UK's flag is sick. But I think it's shot like you said, like Finland, Sweden, Switzerland, Faroe Islands. They all have that same fucking the T, the sideways T.
Yeah, I like this one too. The McDonald's one. That's a good
Oh,
one.
guaranteed.
McDonald's. Well, I don't know. People can't see this anyway, so
Yeah, so we'll just do this later.
we're mostly just looking at flags.
Yeah. Somalia's flag is cool. It's just a big star. Ooh,
Dude,
look at
there's
that.
a lot of flags, dude. I'm interested.
Georgia?
The fuck is what?
Yeah, the country. Georgia's a country.
Georgia is a country? Where?
The Middle East. It's
No
near
shit.
like Jordan and Yemen, yeah.
Well, good for them, you know. They got the Bulldogs. They got the Georgia.
They got the Braves. They got the Yellow Jackets.
And they got their own country too.
I like that they put the watermark over the only flags people care about.
Yeah.
Emirates, UK, US, Uruguay, Uzbekistan. Uganda has a wicked cool flag. What? Look at that.
That's badass.
What is that? Is Uganda like? Did that used to be a German colony? Why is it that color scheme?
I don't know, but I can't get to it. That color scheme is kind of sick.
Yeah.
Doesn't want me to get to this. What is this? Is this a mural you can get?
It's a big poster, probably.
$92? No thanks. I want to be able to
It's
see
probably
it.
for like a fucking classroom.
Shit, here we go. I can't zoom, dude. This is some bullshit. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Look at Nepal. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know, but look, I don't know where all these places are,
But we're gonna rank all these soon.
but
Oh, Hong Kong's flag is fucking
isn't it crazy
awesome.
that we've lived on this planet and we don't know what all these places? I feel like we should know that. Like we
What?
live on this planet. I feel like we should know where all these, you know.
I
places
have
are.
a general idea. I don't know where most of them are. How
Like,
could
what
you?
the fuck is like rayon?
Dude, you have people that don't know where some of the states are, okay?
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get past that first because I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people that probably couldn't. Dude, who's the guy that can draw the whole fucking country, like all the states?
Shoe nice?
There's a guy that can like straight up from memory be like
He just does a perfect map.
freehand, dude. It's
That's dope.
insane. I don't know. We're looking at flags now, so we've gone as far as we can, I guess. All I'm saying is Cambodia's sick, and I'm still a big fan of Albania.
Yeah, dude, Albania is up there.
I think
Albania,
that's S tier.
Albania and Wales, big time.
Hong Kong, dude.
Hong Kong's is sick, dude. Is
They fucking get
Jersey?
down.
What? Just Jersey?
Dude, Jersey gets down, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Jersey's
Kazakhstan.
with it.
Kazakhstan's flag is sick. That color scheme.
That's the Borat flag.
Yep. He gets points for that. Liberia, I love. Liberia has a really fun story.
Look at this one with the little sailing. Oh, I don't know what. Kiribati?
Kiribati?
Can't read it.
I don't even know what that is. Kosovo, Kuwait. I've been there. I go to Kuwait in my dreams.
Yeah. All right. I don't know, man. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I hope everybody was like super pumped on it. I hope that Democrats, like people who voted Democrat, are like even more fans now.
Yeah. I think all the people that have been telling me to do better should go ahead and do better.
That's
Maybe
deep.
you'll start winning again.
That's deep.
Maybe you don't focus on what I'm doing and focus on what you're doing.
Well, I just think, like I said, I just think they have a bigger problem. They have a problem in their party. And you can't just sit here and like nominate someone and bypass a primary and then run a fucking campaign on like saving democracy.
Sure you can. You just can't expect to win.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason they lost. Let's just put it that way.
Yep. It's because the election was rigged. I've been saying it for years.
Yep.
It's been rigged since John Kerry lost.
Yep.
Look at Libya's flag.
John
It's just
Kerry,
a green
dude.
square. It looks like an asset is loading.
Name anybody who was a John Kerry. John Kerry, dude. He was wild, huh? That was a guy.
John Kerry was more robotic than fucking Johnny Five, dude.
Yeah, dude. I forgot all about that guy. All right. Let's wrap it up. Like and subscribe, obviously.
Yeah, hit that notification bell and it'll help us out in the YouTube algorithm.
You can also, if you want to, if you're watching on YouTube or whatever, you can go to Spotify and watch our videos. Videos are on Spotify. You can also listen to the audio versions anywhere else, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys, listen to podcasts, because everybody listens to podcasts nowadays.
Yeah, I know. That's my favorite one, too, when I tell people about the show. They're like, you really
Oh,
do
you
all
do?
this and you only get like a dozen views on YouTube? It's like, yeah, we do this for a dozen people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's hard to get a lot of views on long podcasts unless you have a base already. But you get a lot of views on short videos. People don't, and people get pissed.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
Yeah. We get a lot of views.
I had to stop looking at our TikTok because I was starting to, like, if I was scrolling through TikTok and I was in a bad headspace, I was like, oh, fuck.
It gets aggressive.
It gets, dude, very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. How funny would it be if this is what sets off?
Well, this one's going to be fun because, like, all the clips, short clips,
Are going to be all politics.
are going to be a lot of people getting mad. Well, even the long one's going to be a lot of people getting mad, to be fair, but
Yep.
anyway,
I love it, dude.
go USA. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, my
I'm
bad.
Team USA. I
My
don't
bad.
care.
I'm Team America. When Biden won, I wanted him to do good. Trump won, so I want him to do good. Shoot me.
Yeah, it's like theoretically you should want them to do good. Even if Harris wins, you should still technically want them to do good. But I didn't see that happening. I didn't see her winning. I don't know. Her campaign was broken. And everybody fucking hated her. Until when? Like
They
6
never
months
stopped.
ago
They
or
actually
whatever?
never stopped.
Come on, man. It was just crazy. All right.
Do better.
Yeah, I'm hoping and praying for the Democrats. You know what I mean? T's and P's.
Yep. T's and P's for the DNC, baby. Does not compete.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.